to the big show. No, that's not the big show. This is 24 FPS, 24 frames per second. My name, Phil Balabanos.
And I'm Peter James.
Hi guys, Peter James. And we're sorry that we missed a week or two because I was sick. And I'm not sick anymore, and I have returned. Sick in the head, sick in the soul, for sure.
Yeah.
Physically, tippy-top.
I don't think so. I think you have the weakest immune system of any human being I've ever
Everyone
met.
says that, and you know what? I think about it sometimes, and this is what I think to myself. I say, you know what? I used to never get sick. I had the best immune system. And then people with no kids tell me, bro, my immune system is good. You're made of glass. And I was like, bitch, have a kid. They lick other children or the floor, and then they cough in your eyeballs. So
Like directly in the eyeballs. Don't do it.
Yeah, I've been on antibiotics. It's fine. But yeah, honestly, have a kid and let's talk immune system. That's my
I wanted to do the show by myself, and Phil was like, absolutely not, because he knows that's going to get the most views. And then,
I mean, I wish that was true, because that would mean that Peter could actually physically come here and set up all the equipment. But he can't without me. You're nothing without me. You can't exist. You can't exist without me. I made you.
nice.
What are we talking about today?
Movies and TV, right?
Oh, fuck. Okay. Movies and TV.
Let's change it up.
I just thought you wanted to do wrestling.
I actually no. I wanted to. Someone in our Discord mentioned when we were talking about.
There's only one person in the Discord. Go on.
about reveals. This person mentioned The Game. David Fincher's The Game.
Yes.
So shout out, great fucking.
Oh, I thought you were gonna.
No.
More there.
No. It's. I'm really happy that people are bringing in real.
In The Game, I don't remember The Game.
Oh,
dude, I remember The Game, but I don't remember.
No, you got to rewatch.
Like,
The Game.
I don't remember
already. Just by saying that, you have to rewatch The Game. So, a trajectory. We talked about David Fincher in his latest film, The Killer, which is a really, really interesting film. By the way, I saw that recently.
Did you?
Yeah. Which
I unfortunately have only seen shitty Christmas movies the last week.
You know what? I did a shitty Christmas movie last night with the wife. I saw. It's called Genie. It's a kind of remake of.
Oh yeah,
Bernard
my wife
and the
showed me
Genie.
that we're gonna watch this soon. I was like, oh, I'm very not excited about.
It is not a well-made film.
I did watch an okay Christmas movie. It was called
Jason Biggs, Heather Graham one that you're talking about.
What was it called?
I honestly can't remember.
I can't remember.
They all have the same.
She
name.
put it on, and I was like, Christmas movie. And I started playing, and I was like, wait, is that Heather Graham? I'm like, wow, Heather Graham's still hot. And I was like, yo, it's fucking Jason Biggs. I was like, okay, I'm in.
It's the pie fucker. We have to watch the pie fucker.
I like Jason Biggs.
Yeah,
That's
super. Yeah,
for a while.
That's super shitty to just refer to Jason Biggs as the
for that one role. Yeah. No, but yeah,
you know what?
In
In my defense, he did parody himself. Do you remember his cameo in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
No.
So the point of the movie is that Jay and Silent Bob are traveling to Hollywood to stop a big budget adaptation of the comic book, which is loosely based on them, called Blunt Man and Chronic.
Yeah, Blunt Man and Chronic.
And they're particularly pissed. Not even that they're not going to get any money about it, but it seems they're particularly pissed that James Vanderbeek, aka the Dawson, is going to be playing one of them. I don't remember, and the other one, and the other one is going to be Jason Biggs. And anyways, long story short, there's a scene where they end up getting arrested, thinking that they're the real Jay and Silent Bob. And Jason Biggs, as he's handcuffed and he's being dragged into the car, he goes, "Look at me. Do you recognize me? I'm the pie fucker." So if he's okay with it, I'm sure I can call him the pie fucker.
The pie fucker.
Yeah.
I feel like he's cool. Like, he'd be cool.
He seems like a chill guy.
He's pretty chill, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the Stifler's real name?
Sean William Scott.
He seems like he's a psycho.
Apparently even nicer guy.
Really?
Yeah.
So I was talking we had a lunch meeting. We were talking about movies randomly.
Sure.
And he goes, I remember because we talked about American Pie for some reason. I forget why. And he goes, "Oh, the first two are funny." I go, but in the third one, they made Stifler a loser. I go, "Yeah, because he peaked in high school." He's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, we all had a Stifler. He's like,
no. They make him a loser really in the fourth one, which is American Reunion.
In Reunion.
But in the third one, he's
hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, but he has a moment of like being this nice guy. Like he saves the wedding at the end of American Wedding. So
yeah,
he's
but
like,
by the fourth one, he's a washed up loser.
Yeah, he's a temp, right?
He's a temp. But we all had a Stifler in high school, right?
It's true.
We all had this one guy. He was so fucking cool. He was a pussy hound, you know, like. Sorry.
I put on. I was getting ready for bed last night. I put on the remake of The Heartbreak Kid with Ben Stiller.
Yes.
And it's awesome because
It was
it's
all right.
No, the movie's all right. I was
Yeah.
saying what's awesome is it's another film where he gets to play off with his father,
Yeah.
Jerry Stiller, the great Jerry Stiller, who's
Is
talking.
he still alive? No.
No, he passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
He's great.
he plays his father in the film, and he's like, this chick magnet who's mad at his son whose engagement ended, and he goes, the line is, he goes, "You've only crushed, what, 3 pussies since the end of your engagement?" And Ben Stiller responds to, "Dad, what is your obsession with this pussy crushing counting?" And it's like the type of thing that you think, would you ever have a scene like that with your father in real life? But
Hilarious, though.
right? I mean, to have that and be able to
I
like
can't even
immortalize
imagine
that.
that.
Unfortunately,
Forget immortalized.
yeah, just even having it.
Having it, yeah.
That's what made me laugh so hard. But both legends of comedy, so I guess anything
Yeah,
goes,
it's
right?
fine, yeah. I watched also last night, actually. I didn't watch the whole thing. I wandered off a few times. But if you have kids, The Naughty Nine.
Oh, that's the new Netflix
Yeah.
Christmas movie kind of thing.
So
Okay.
Glover plays
Danny or Donald?
Danny,
Danny, okay.
not Gambino.
Okay.
Yeah, Danny Glover plays...
we're 2023. When you
we
say
had-
Glover,
yeah, you're right. You're right. I apologize. Danny Glover of Lethal Weapon fame is Santa Claus.
is he too old for this shit at this point, though? Or?
He seems like he might be too old for this shit. It's a kid's heist movie, which is fun, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
my daughter loved it.
Okay, well, there you go. That's
Up
a target
until
audience.
Santa was revealed. Now, I've never had a conversation about skin color with my kids ever.
Interesting.
It's one of those things, if it ever comes up, I'll address it at that moment.
Right, okay.
Like, if they want to know. I know one time she told me
Did
that...
it come up?
So, when she was about 5, she told me that one of the kids in her class, his skin was darker than hers. I was like, yeah, some people have dark skin, some people have light skin, dark hair, light eyes, whatever. She's like, oh. I go, yeah, we all look different. She's like, oh, that makes sense. Whatever, no problem,
Yeah.
right? Santa comes on. And I was like, oh, cool, it's Glover. Like, it's Daddy.
Yeah.
Hey, I go to my wife, I go, he's getting too old for this shit.
Nice.
She didn't get the reference. I know.
Shame, Anna.
And my daughter goes, that's Santa. I go, yeah. She goes, I don't think that's the real Santa.
Uh-oh.
I was like, why not? Because I know what she means, but I want to know what she's going to say. And I don't know where this came from because it didn't come from me, right? She goes like, she was nervous to say what she was feeling. And she just kept going like this. I was like,
Fascinating.
I was like, what? What is clothing? I was playing dumb, right? She goes, well, he looks very tan.
So you think she...
Wait,
Okay.
it's better.
Oh, wow.
I
okay.
go, yeah, but no one's ever seen Santa, Leo. We don't actually know what he looks like. When we, imagine, we tend to imagine him looking like we look, like people with light skin.
That's the argument you...
That's the argument I went with, right? Which is why Jesus is sometimes blonde, right? I go, some people imagine him like they look, right? And she's like, I guess, but why would a guy so tanned live in the snow?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you've made an excellent point. I don't know it was a creative decision by the team. She's like, okay, that was enough for her.
Straight from the mouth of the babes.
But yeah, it was a really weird interaction. Fun film. But yeah, I found that very interesting. I don't know if I handled that properly. I mean, I just told you guys how I handled it. I'm not sure
Yeah,
that I did or didn't.
I'm gonna think on that.
But I just found it interesting that she was nervous to tell me.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I would have asked why. I would have
She
pressed
didn't
on
like,
that.
no, because I don't want to put a stigma on race relations. I want her to just be like people are people. Like, I don't really care. Like, last week, she asked me something stupid. I don't remember. I was making souvlaki at home. She goes, you know how to make souvlaki? Like, with the most American accent. Souvlaki? I was like, yeah. She goes, how? Like, she was, because she's only ever seen it in a restaurant or a place, right? She's like, we don't make it often at home. We have when she was a baby. So, but I bought like meat. I cut it up. I marinated, and then I was skewering it in the kitchen. She's like, you know how to do them? I'm like, all Greek people can make souvlaki. She goes, how do you know? I'm like, what? I go, what do you mean, how do I know? How do you know how to make it? I'm like, because I'm Greek. She goes, am I Greek too? I'm like, oh boy.
That's fun.
All that private Greek school money. What a waste.
So let me put it to you this way. Now that we're talking about, I think your kids are going to enjoy Genie.
For sure. I saw the trailer. I won't.
I went into it. Here's the thing. I didn't love the trailer, but I went into it because it was written by Richard Curtis. Now, Richard Curtis doesn't mean anything to the everyman, but Richard Curtis wrote
To me either.
Notting Hill,
Oh,
Love Actually.
he wrote Genie?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I'm open to it now.
Yeah. You don't. It's not
Is
gonna
Grant in it?
No. Yeah.
Is he cancelled?
No,
he's okay.
no. He got in trouble for playing the Oompa Loompa in the trailer of the new Willy Wonka film, Wonka. Yeah.
I've been seeing
He didn't get in trouble,
a
but
lot of anti-woke press about Disney's remake of Sleeping Beauty.
yeah,
A lot of it.
yeah, because they didn't cast dwarves, right? That was the
Well, that was first of all, Snow White, the Germanic princess from
Right.
the story, is Latina,
you know.
but she's not that dark, so I can buy it.
Do you know what made me laugh? Is that there's supposed to be jealousy from the evil queen.
But the queen's hotter.
Gal Gadot.
They
always-
see the fairest in the land. I am the fairest.
That's it. They always did that. What was the other one? It was Kristen Stewart as Snow White
Yeah.
and Charlize Theron as the.
Movie's over right when it starts. There's nothing to worry about. Kristen Stewart's pretty, but Charlie's there. I'm like,
Dude,
dude.
come on.
So like, yeah, I saw that. I saw that they're mad that she's Latina. I saw that the dwarves are mad. Are they called the dwarves? Little people. What do you call them? I'm sorry.
So here, no.
I know we can't say the other one anymore.
Yeah. So
Which
it's
is the best one.
So little people, but I mean, I've seen that
Dwarfism is the term, right?
I've seen them refer to themselves as dwarves because of dwarfism, exactly. So this feels like a dumb
Best
Piers
dwarf
Morgan
appearance in a movie. Best little person, not portrayal, but like, come on, what's our?
So you're talking about like mini me versus?
No, I mean like all of a sudden you're watching a movie that shouldn't have or doesn't need to have a little person. Suddenly there's a little person, and not only is it the best part of the movie, but he steals the show or she.
Oh, you clearly have something in mind.
I do.
Yeah, just
Peter Dinklage,
Peter.
Living in Oblivion.
Okay, yeah.
Where he just shows up with the apple.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
why am I doing this? What
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck? And like, okay, but the apple is like a metaphor. He's like, Jesus Christ.
So wait, no. Dinklage. We'll stay on
is
Dinklage for a
fucking
second.
a phenomenal actor.
Years ago,
Yeah.
Frank Oz.
If you haven't seen Living in Oblivion, you have to.
It's worth it, yeah.
Azaria's in it too, right?
Yeah.
Azaria, what's his name?
Hank
Azaria.
Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
Dinklage. Oh, there's so many. It's great. It's
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose this train of thought with Peter Dinklage. So years ago,
Dinklage at this.
Frank Oz, puppeteer turned filmmaker.
Huh?
You know him mostly as the puppeteer and voice of Yoda in the Star Wars movies. It became a filmmaker, yeah. Some of the films he's directed include The Score with Robert De Niro, Edward Norton, and Marlon Brando.
Crazy that was a puppeteer.
Yeah. And then he made this film called Death at a Funeral. Not Death and a Funeral. Death at a Funeral.
I think I've seen this. Yes.
So it's a British film, British cast.
So it's dry humor.
No, it's really dry, really funny humor. So it's essentially the story of a family coming together for the death of their patriarch, and calamity ensues and hilarity ensues and all that. Peter Dinklage appears as a mysterious character
Yes.
that no one can figure out what he's doing at this funeral until this ridiculously hilarious reveal midway through the film. Now, why I bring this story up is because years later, this was remade in the States with an all-black cast. So it's Chris Rock, Martin Lawrence,
Peter Dinklage.
and that it's almost shot, not shot for shot, but a couple of little changes. But that story needs a little person, and Peter Dinklage reprises the role. I swear to God, man, the exact same role. And this is years later, and he's become a little bit more household name.
Oh God, I thought you were gonna say he's a little taller.
You're awful. And yeah, so that's a funny little Peter Dinklage story. I wonder. And the remake was written by Neil LaBute.
Really?
Yeah, the
I
player.
remember watching Game of Thrones,
Okay.
and Dinklage makes his first appearance.
First
I had
episode, yeah.
not. No, I just mean like I hadn't watched trailers. I just started it, you know, and I was like, "That's the little guy from Living in Oblivion," because I hadn't seen him since probably.
Oh, come on, man! This guy's had a prolific career.
Yeah,
man.
you're right. You're right. That's
Yeah.
For me, he's that's
Sure. That's
dressed
you
as
have
a
such
clown.
you have
apple,
such an
and he
attachment.
goes into the little door.
Yeah, you have
like
such
I
an
had seen the
attachment to
film,
that
and then
film.
we watched it in film school also. 'Cause it's a
Gotcha.
classic, like seminal part of film school. That movie.
You fine?
It is. It is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, okay.
Anyone I've ever spoken to who studied film has watched this movie in a classroom. It's
didn't.
such a great snap. Really?
And it was never. I mean, I watched
Went
the
to
film.
same school.
Yeah, I watched the film, but it was never part of the curriculum or.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
My favorite thing that a teacher did when I was in film school was
Touch you inappropriate?
no, that's what happened to you. This was
Appropriate.
We were talking about character creation.
I'm really sorry about the coughing still, guys. I hope it's not blowing the mics.
We were talking about content creation and the idea of creating characters.
Okay.
Right away. By creating, he meant
cool.
yeah, but this was not about content creation like YouTube.
Content creation didn't exist yet.
No. He was talking about
As a term.
yeah, and I didn't mean content creation. I meant character creation, and I got lost with your cough here. So, how to establish characters immediately?
Okay, it's their entrance.
Right.
Yeah.
So the example he used was Speed, and I said, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun. Like we're gonna watch Speed in class, awesome,
Cool.
and so.
Which character?
It's the Keanu Reeves character,
the
right?
villain
Jack Trapper. No. And the first thing, whenever so the immediate beginning of the film is a bunch of people, like the line blows in the elevator and you realize they're trapped and police need to come. And then it just cuts to this like car flying into frame shot, right? And this is 1994. And our teacher explained, you have to understand it with the times and everything like that. This immediately, obviously subconsciously tells the audience,
Here's our hero.
that guy's awesome. Right? Whoever comes out of that car is the dude I'm rooting for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You know what's a go on, sorry.
on that note of Speed, just the last thing I'm going to say, and I'll challenge this to Discord. Tell me that Speed isn't timeless. Tell me that Speed doesn't feel
Speed
like
is
it
not
could have been made.
timeless.
You're full of shit.
I watched it 2 months
Full
ago
of shit.
because
Go
we were
fuck
talking
yourself.
about
Go
it. So I
fuck
watched
yourself.
it. I
Speed
still
is-
love it.
Fuck yourself.
I loved it. I always loved Speed, but it is not timeless.
Masterpiece in action.
Young Sandra Bullock is timeless.
Goddamn.
She's made some very bad choices in her career in the last couple of years.
We've done this before. We've
Yeah,
had
I
this
know,
conversation on the podcast. I've just brought it.
I was gonna say, an interesting but not high cinema experience in
ahead.
terms of character introduction. Hobbs and
Shaw.
Shaw, the opening sequence where you get to see the characters, because let's assume you've never seen any of the Fast films,
Sure.
is great. The side by side, you remember it?
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah.
It kind of just shows both of them going through their morning routine. That's a great introduction because you know right away they're two different guys, but they're both awesome.
Yeah.
They'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
It's great.
I
It's a
look,
great-
I
Let's do that now. Best character introductions. Top 5. The
Top
Godfather
5.
for sure is one of them.
oh,
It has to be. That
for you're talking about for the Godfather?
Vito Corleone, yeah.
Vito, not for Michael. Okay. The cat. Don't forget the cat.
The fucking cat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely one for me. I would say that Hans Gruber in Die Hard is another great character introduction because you get
Their arrival at the Nakatomi Plaza.
and just his first interactions of anything he says, where you kind of get the idea that he comes off so insincere to the viewer,
Right.
Like he's clearly faking,
Sure.
and you're like, oh, this is the bad, like you're like this is
Yeah,
a really bad guy, but he's an educated bad guy. He's not a barbarian.
You don't think, being that this is the 80s, that, oh no, I guess not, because I was going to say the German accent, but you also had at the same time, as the biggest hero ever, right?
Two different.
So,
One is like, no,
because of the muscles on one of them. That's
yeah, that's a great character. I mean, Terminator.
almost anything Arnold has
When
done.
he arrives
Almost anything. he's
naked in
done.
the desert, there you go. He's the Terminator.
Yeah.
Give me your pants. What does he say?
I want your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
I feel like
Love Arnold, man.
Indiana Jones. I can't remember his introduction in the first film though.
Yeah, it's they're trekking through the Amazon, I guess. What was it? Or
Yeah, Kathmandu, not Kathmandu. With I can't remember the opening of Indiana Jones at all.
You know what's funny? Because right now in my head, I have the Last Crusade opening where we see young Indy.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So that's what's in my
Did you
head
ever
right
end
now.
up watching The Dial of Destiny?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Don't.
Now, come on. Everyone tells me.
The only thing that can save you from that film is the Deus Ex Machina in that film, but it doesn't exist, so you'll never have it. So just never watch it.
Okay, I'm still gonna watch it.
That's such a big sell for Peter. The way I just
Yeah, he-
painted
piece
that.
of shit.
He's like,
He
I gotta
knows,
watch
he
this
knows.
now, ruin my childhood.
Yeah.
Darth Vader is up there for sure.
Sure.
Those are villain entrances.
Yeah, villain entrances.
Everyone I did is
No,
villain.
but that's the thing, is villain entrances have to be
They have to be.
epic, unless the point of the film is that the villain is revealed.
Yeah,
right?
that's different. Yeah.
Because I mean, but even that has to
Hold
be
on,
done
let's
well
try
too.
Newton, because villain is a little easier to do, and I've just done. Corleone isn't really the villain, even though he is kind of.
That's an interesting point. Yeah.
So forget Vader. Let no villains. Give me another. I said Hans Gruber, which I stand by.
Sure.
Great introduction. But another one.
So here's the thing.
Like you see him on screen and instantly you know everything you need to know about him.
That we can immediately eliminate anything Marvel because that just comes with that catch, right? Like you know what you're going to see, right? So
you know what? Now that you said Marvel, I'm going to take a small sidebar.
okay.
I was watching clips for some reason. I was on the toilet, whatever, like watching clips.
Gotcha.
And I mean, I was just chilling.
That's
you all
known to do.
You all do it. And they showed the scene from Infinity War, the second one, or whatever they were called, Endgame, where all the portals start opening, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the fucking music hits. And I'm watching, I was like, I remember being in the theater for that, being like just fucking goosebumps, and then fucking Mjolnir comes, Cap grabs it, spoiler alert, and you're like, it's been 10 years, it's happening, it's all coming together, right?
I am convinced.
Wait.
Okay, but I'll get to go.
This is what I thought in that moment. I was like, what the fuck were they thinking? How could you make this and think for a fucking moment that you could continue to make movies after this in this universe?
Interesting. Okay.
It's too good.
Well,
It's beyond good.
To that point, I think that's what they're trying
It's a brogasm.
That's what they're trying to do with this whole multiverse thing. But listen,
You can't recreate that feeling.
I'm going to put a pin on this because I do want to come back on it.
All right.
I just side note because of what you mentioned. I'm convinced, which is impossible, by the way, that the crowd I saw Infinity War with, it was the same crowd I saw Endgame with.
Really?
I saw them in two separate theaters. It's not humanly possible.
Why?
Maybe one person. Just because of the swell of reactions were matched. So Infinity War ends like, okay, spoiler. When it ends very... So a lot of people die, right? Yeah. And
I was mad that they didn't use that song. I really was. I was angry. In the trailer,
so
in the title sequence.
Ridiculous.
The title card.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Dude, there were people legit crying. There were people legit crying in the theater.
Well, look, watching Spider-Man die, even
everyone,
you're like, oh my god,
dude, that was brutal.
That poor little fuck.
That was brutal. That whole. I'm scared.
Mr.
I'm scared, Mr. Stark. Yeah, that was brutal. And Downey,
you know
Downey sold the fuck out of that.
I also need to, I think, argue with myself now because I made a comment just now. I made a statement, and I was very sure of myself. But then I realized that Homecoming.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna get to that.
Homecoming might be better.
No, you mean No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah. I speak Phil. Don't worry, I'll translate for everybody.
Sorry.
Now wait, before we get to that.
Fuck you.
So you match, go fuck yourself. You match that level of people fucking actually crying in the theater with this ending, and then you go into Endgame and you have that epic, moment of the, what was it on your left, right? That Falcon is like, it's breaking through into Cap's, which is what he says to him all the time.
The music tells you everything you need to know.
And you start and you just literally had audible gasps. And dude, when he says the line, Avengers assemble, people lost
their fucking mind.
Motherfucking
Our
minds.
kids will ask us about that.
Yeah, where were you?
I asked my dad, I go, where did you see The Empire Strikes Back?
Right.
He's like, I don't know. I'm like, God damn it, Dad, how did you ask me?
I really hope, because that was an achievement. Like, that's an achievement.
My father told me where he watched it.
Right.
I mean, I don't remember now.
Sure.
He went with my mom. And she spoiled the movie for everyone waiting for the next showing because she was yapping about it.
Oh, God.
I can't believe it.
That's awful.
Can you believe Vader's his dad? And people are like, shut the fuck up.
Every German person in the theater was like, we know. Because Vader literally means father.
Oh, right.
So, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. I didn't know that. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, the Germans.
Lucas, a little on the nose.
The Germans, they knew.
Well, the whole story is very Luftwaffe vibes. A blonde child from the desert is chosen.
So here, to get back, I said to put a pin on it. Now, I wanted to bring up No Way Home because it deals with, so you had that one
scene you're going to bring up.
and you had the Multiverse of Madness, the Doctor Strange stuff. So
garbage.
Now, here's the thing. Apparently, I'll be honest, post Endgame, I have been very lax on my Marvel. Just because
Me too, because it's just not there. The stakes aren't as high anymore.
What's not even that, and also like I invested a lot of time. It's like I need a break. That number one, and number two, I remember
Also,
reading
Sony's
about
doing more interesting things now.
it at all. What are you talking about?
The animated Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No. Okay. Sorry. I thought you were talking about like the Venoms and the Cravens and the Mobius.
I didn't see the
Morbius
Kraven.
and the Craven's not out yet. Craven got pushed back. Morbius.
sense. That's why I
dude,
haven't seen
Morbius
Was terrible.
is so
It's so
bad.
It's I took a break
It's so
for
bad.
3 nights, and I was like, I might as well finish it. It's
And,
so
and the
terrible.
funny thing with Venom is that both are made by. So the first one was made by Ruben Fleischer. The second
all
one
right.
was made by. You know, the second one was made by Andy Serkis. Huh?
That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And so listen, my guess is that Sony is not Marvel, so you got a lot of like suits trying to tell people what to do.
Yeah.
Because the movies were
That's why the animated films do better, because the suits have a harder time getting involved because it costs a lot more money.
maybe. But
think
I'll tell you,
theory.
I'll tell you that Venom films, Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage are fine.
They're fun.
They're really like they really rely, and luckily
There was
so,
3 of
on
them or
Tom
2 of them?
two. They're
2,
doing
yeah.
a third one now.
Tom Hardy is great.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's
But
awesome.
if you know anything, like I grew up reading Venom comics and Spider-Man, like that was my thing. He's so different from the original character, but it's fine. It works.
because it's
A multiversal thing,
it's a multiverse thing, right?
I do like his relationship with the symbiote, like how they converge.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
interesting.
It's a fun little way to do it. Now, Morbius is awful.
god awful. It's god awful.
It's so
other
so
Sony
bad.
one?
So the new one that's coming out, Madam Web.
No, the one that's already out. There was Morbius.
That's it. I don't
No, there's
think.
one more. Is Venom, there's Morbius, and there is one more, I believe. Or am I thinking of something old, maybe?
Maybe I'm
thinking of
something
something
old. Yeah, I'm trying to think now. And these are they really because
And
they
then you see
they
all
kept
the
the Spider-Verse things,
you
right?
see all the tubes with the villains inside.
No, that was Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing
Yeah, that
Spider-Man.
was.
Yeah,
so at the height, they were really
was a
planning
great
to
franchise.
do. Yeah, because they were planning to do a Sinister Six spin-off
setting
and a
them up.
whole bunch of stuff with that.
Yeah.
And even though the film made close to $1 billion, according to Sony, that was an epic disappointment, and no third Amazing Spider-Man film was greenlit.
And then Marvel.
And Marvel stepped in with their little deal together, and they gave us Homecoming. And I was like, okay, it's a weird reboot. It felt like something else. What they were able to do with No Way Home, for like, I don't want to say anything for anybody who hasn't seen it, but
I don't know. I think it's been long enough, and it's a cultural phenomenon right now.
holy shit,
I
that
know
was the
exactly what
perfect thing
scene
to
you're
do.
talking about. It's the scene where they. So I mean, the initial scene where they reveal the other two
Yeah,
is a fun scene.
it's epic.
You know?
It's really good. Yeah. But
Garfield
yeah.
off the ceiling?
But no.
But that's not the scene.
No.
It's the scene right after, and the catch.
The catch.
I
Is,
cried.
that's it. The
I
catch.
cried
the
in the
catch is
theater.
yeah.
They fucking closed off a story arc that for me was what 9 years, 10 years in the making.
Something. Yeah. Like
That I thought I would never see Spider-Man close that arc and recover from that trauma. And Garfield's. It's fucking. It feels like you're watching the same movie. It just picks up.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And watching.
I cry, and I don't cry in the theater.
No, man.
Not
I'm
for a
telling
fucking
you.
Spider-Man movie.
Because here's the thing: if you're a comic book fan and you watch Amazing Spider-Man and you realize it's going to take place in high school and it's going to be Gwen Stacy, right?
Yeah.
And you go,
Oh no.
you know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
And so a little aside here, Phil knows this, my wife knows it. I have like, it's a really big crush on Emma Stone.
Yes,
like
it's
love
unhealthy.
Emma
Unhealthy.
Stone. And
The cosplay is the weirdest part.
that's so gross.
Just dresses up as Emma.
So it was like watching Amazing Spider-Man 2 was like a gut wrenching.
fucking what's his name? Dennis.
Well, he was in the first
name?
one. Dennis Leary was her dad in the first one. Yeah, he dies, and
he
he's
dies,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, I want you to stay away from my daughter. That's the only way you'll be able to protect her."
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then by the second one, he's like, "Nah, I can do both, right?"
do both.
And of course, he has to learn the lesson.
And that's always the lesson of Spider-Man.
of course, right?
Do everything.
It's like you think this guy. I mean, he learns a lot of lessons. You have the Uncle Ben lesson. You have the
Doesn't
Gwen
learn them
Stacy-
though.
Well,
But that rooftop scene in No Way Home, where they all pop up and they start finishing each other's sentences.
Yeah.
And you see Holland's fucking performance is just immaculate.
Holland's underrated.
He's so broken.
And here's the thing.
You know what? I'm sad that they cast him in Uncharted.
Yeah, look, a lot of people
That
got.
could have been a great fucking movie, and it
Yeah.
was just fine.
You know
it
what
was
the-
lots of fun. I
So
loved
it's
it.
funny that you use that word. A couple of minutes ago, I talked about the first Venom being just fine, right?
Yeah.
Same director,
Oh,
Ruben Fleischer. Now, here's
he
the
needs
funny
to
thing.
step it up.
Yeah,
Ruby.
you ready for this?
Ruby,
You know how he started? Zombieland,
Oh, really?
right? Like, come on, man.
Can we take us? Okay, I know we went down this Marvel rabbit hole, which we've never done. I'm okay with because I do enjoy them.
Sure.
They've all subsequently been lackluster, unfortunately. Loki as a series, thumbs up.
That's what someone just told me that
Loki,
on
I just
Saturday.
finished the second season, which I assume is the last season.
Yeah, apparently you can watch that without even like.
It helps. It helps
Yeah, of course.
because you get enough information that it can be a standalone.
So
but if
you've
you've
seen
watched
both seasons?
Hiddleston's character, yeah, I'm done.
Do I need anything post Endgame? That's what I wanted to ask you. Do I need WandaVision? Do I need Guardians 3?
No,
Do I
no.
need
So long as you've watched
Eternals.
Hiddleston die on the big screen,
Sure. You're talking about Endgame.
yeah, that's
Okay.
Endgame, right?
Yeah, and that's Infinity War. Yeah.
When
yeah.
he dies in Infinity War, I'm like, did he just fucking kill him off?
Yeah.
I was like, no, I want more of him.
He's the best. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. And to see the character arc that they do through Loki and the character growth and the fact that I've somehow over the years forgotten that he is a god,
Right.
is so interesting.
So
broken
I
god.
will get into this now because you
I
watched
can't recommend it enough if you're a Marvel fan.
because you watched Loki. Now here's where it gets interesting.
Secret Invasion.
Before that, I mean, beside that, Loki, okay, introduces a very important character in season 1. All right.
It does?
Yes.
Who?
Kang. But you just know him as the variant.
Oh, right. The He Who Remains or whatever. Yeah.
That's it.
But
Now-
then we've subsequently had Quantumania since then.
Exactly.
Right.
Where he also appears.
Yeah.
Right.
He did
was
a lot of drugs and raped some people.
he was
What
the
did he
guy.
do?
Yeah. Jonathan Majors was the guy
Yeah.
for Marvel to set up
is-
their next.
I don't know much about what happened off camera, like off
Sure.
the lots, but he is a phenomenal
That's
fucking
the
actor.
thing, right?
Like, wow, the range. He's playing variants of himself.
All the films he's been in as well, and the other television series that's what everyone seems to be
fucking incredible.
unanimously in agreement of this. Now, unfortunately, his personal life and the case that's been brought up against him
Yeah.
has forced
Marvel's hand.
Marvel to kind of they
Curb him a bit.
they gotta try to now everyone's Marvel's woes have been really bad.
I may
now,
not
right?
know what happened off camera, but I know the consequences of it on at the studio level because I've been following it.
Sure.
And I saw some whispers of maybe ousting Kang
Yep.
and replacing him with arguably the best villain in Marvel, Doom.
Okay.
But he has to be played by the same guy who played him in the second Fantastic Four reboot from Charmed. What's his fucking name? That guy.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Loved him. I thought he was great as Doom.
The nip tuck guy. Oh my
The
god,
nip
what's his
tuck
name?
guy.
What's his fucking
I don't
name?
remember.
Julian something.
I just remember his name on Charmed.
Hold on. I
don't know.
I feel bad.
Yeah, is the
That's
camera
rude.
recording? You don't know? Something
It
right?
is, it is.
All
We're
right,
good.
thumbs up.
We're good.
What's his name?
Hold on.
Also, did anyone notice my Kubrick moon landing film crew koozie?
Julian
I love this
McMahon.
guy.
Julian McMahon. Yeah.
I thought he was great.
I got his first name right. No. They are
No.
so they're gonna bank on this next Fantastic Four film to try
Is that
to
slated for release? Is
not
it
yet.
production yet?
Listen, the cast hasn't even been announced.
So,
yet.
but hold on. Before you go ahead,
yeah.
what has been released since Infinity War, right? Let's just run through it
Right.
a second. It
So-
seems like we're doing a Marvel episode. I'm sorry for the heavy cinephiles,
Yeah.
but I think they're fun and it's worth
Sure. I mean, we got to do it once.
a lot
but
of
we're-
content to talk about, right?
Yeah,
Plenty
yeah.
of stuff. So, Infinity War happens right after we get.
You're talking about in between
We get
Infinity
Eternals.
War.
No, afterwards. What did we get in between?
I'm getting to it now.
There was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
All right, hold on. So you had phase 1, which was your Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America,
Whatever,
the first
yeah.
Avenger, Marvel's the first Avengers.
Yes.
Or sorry, Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah.
Then phase 2.
Phenomenal movie.
Phase 2 began Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
I like
Guardians
the
of-
Dark World. I didn't think it was as bad. Everybody talked shit about it, but I thought it was interesting.
I revisited it.
Yeah?
It is not.
It is.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, and then phase 3 was your big one, where it had Captain America: Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok, Black Panther,
Ragnarok.
Avengers: Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is the film in between that I was telling you about.
They get thing. Yeah.
And you also have Captain Marvel, which takes place before.
Right.
and then you go into Avengers Endgame.
How did you feel about Captain Marvel, the film? Not everything.
I didn't enjoy it.
No?
No.
I found it was a little boring.
Yeah, that's what
Like, I liked the
I didn't
nostalgia
like the villains. That's what it was.
Yeah,
too. I think I
the
just didn't like
Kree
the
or whatever.
villains,
Yeah, like they're kind of annoying. Or the Skrulls.
I don't hate because Brie Larson's getting a lot of hate.
I don't hate Brie Larson either. I don't like her as Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
I feel like so much has happened that there's too much there.
Sure.
Like off screen, and like you almost feel like she's like, fuck you guys at this point. Like she's
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if
doesn't
she's
seem like
enjoying,
she's enjoying it. I know that the character is supposed to be a bit of a cold character.
Sure.
Get that, but still.
I think it's coming off weird. on
But then
screen.
people talked a lot of shit about Miss Marvel,
the show,
which
I've heard great things about.
a lot of people fucking
Really,
hate.
yeah?
I've heard a lot of things from
Okay.
friends and people just on the web, whatever. I thought that was the most innovative in terms of animation and style thing that Marvel's done in the last 10 years.
Interesting.
Really interesting the way you liked it, right?
I haven't watched it. I told you. I'm like,
I heard good things.
yeah, I heard good things. Yeah,
It's I mean, as a character, I'm not her target demo. I can't relate with a little Pakistani teenage girl. That's odd.
I would hope. I would hope.
But as a Pakistani war epic, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
As a Marvel movie, it's okay. But again, I have to say the animation style, because this is right around the time the first Spider-Verse came out. Marvel was like, I'm sure someone was like, you guys, they did some really cool shit over there. Can we kind of incorporate that in here somewhere?
Okay.
Like paper. Can we get paper going?
Yeah, I wanna know what's going on behind the scenes of Marvel, because
It's a disaster
you
right now.
finish Phase 3, the most epic phase, with Spider-Man: Far From Home, which deals with the immediate consequences of the Endgame results, right? And Tony Stark's
Does it?
yeah.
How?
It deals with who looks like is going to be, the most affected, which is
Talking about No Way Home?
no, I'm talking about Far From Home,
Oh, Far From Home.
where he takes his
that's what I
trip
was
to Italy and he's trying to
Yeah.
where he really
He
steps up.
steps into the mantle.
That's it.
Yeah,
there
sure.
You go. So then,
Sorry, I was confused. I'm like, no, it doesn't, because I was talking about the wrong film.
then you have Phase 4, which is also known as the Multiverse Saga. So Black Widow, which I saw.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
decent
fine.
film.
I enjoyed it. It's not really a Marvel film. It's kind of its own little
Fair
thing.
enough.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which
Should
I
have been
haven't seen.
so much better, but it just wasn't.
Okay, haven't seen it.
Also, he's so powerful. Why haven't we heard from him again? It's
Fair enough.
so awesome.
Eternals.
One of the most unnecessary wastes of money in film history. Okay? Even the Marvel Cinematic Universe pretends like that movie didn't happen. It's weird.
You go from that to Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh, so good.
You go from that one to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
I wasn't a big fan.
So I was. I
liked-
like Sam Raimi's
Look,
style.
I liked it as a... Oh, wait, no, Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, it was a bit... You know what? I enjoyed it. This is my takeaway. I really enjoyed it.
Sure.
I loved Maximoff's character in it.
Yeah.
Wanda. Especially having just watched WandaVision.
Right. That's the whole
which
point. That's the whole point.
Makes it
Yeah.
a much better performance. But I find that the stylistic change and thematic change to Wanda from WandaVision into Raimi's version is a bit odd.
Sure.
Like, she's so overpowered all of a sudden.
Like overpowerful, you mean? Yeah.
She's overpowered.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like, no, she's OP. Like,
Hold
comic book
on.
term.
Okay. So,
And then it falls apart near the end.
all right. After that, which I saw, then you got Thor.
By the way, Anson Mount's death is phenomenal in that.
Oh yeah.
It's just done.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Coming off of Ragnarok and
Yeah.
having such a poignant storyline dealing with cancer, and
was
it
too much.
should have been a lot. It should have been like right here.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
It was too
And
much.
the ending felt like, give him a thing.
Yeah.
It was weird.
And then Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
It was a terrible film.
I'll
watched
disagree.
it,
I'll disagree with that.
And all I wanted was Killmonger back the whole time.
Yeah, I disagree with that. Now, you go into Phase
I
5.
spent too much time with her being sad. Like, I get that she's in mourning and she has to take on the mantle, but like, I don't need 90 minutes of that. Like, fuck me.
All right.
Get into it.
All right.
Comic
All right. Argument made.
I do like her though.
We are currently in Phase 5, which began with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Le caca.
We went to
Funny,
Guardians.
really funny.
Sure. We went to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I've not seen it yet.
Haven't seen it either. Yeah.
I lost interest in the Guardian story.
The most recently released The Marvels, which
Not doing well.
is not doing well at
Critically or box officely.
all. Yeah. Now we will be going into
And the anti-marketing of it, the marketing of its failure by the studios is very aggressive. Very aggressive towards the fan base, I find.
Yeah, you think they're like what? So I haven't been paying attention.
So
because I have
every
to
time
be honest. I have
every
zero
time
interest about
anything
this film.
connected to Brie Larson comes out, excuse me, there's complaints on the internet or whatever because they don't like her as Miss Marvel, a lot of people. And then the movie comes out as Captain Marvel. And then all of a sudden people are like, wow, it's just like 5 bros review bombing. And you're like, I don't know. So I heard that about the first Captain Marvel.
Sure.
That it was being review bombed. Then I watched it. I don't really care. I'm all in for a female lead.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. That's great. I enjoy it, if anything. But it was not a strong film.
No, that's the problem.
And I really wanted it to be so that I could believe the counter marketing that was coming out.
You're right.
So now I'm reading the reviews of the Marvels. I really like, I can't remember the actress's name, Kamala Khan character. I liked her.
Yep.
I also liked the other one. Again, don't know their names. The one from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Where did she make her? The little girl from the first Captain Marvel, who's now an adult.
No, not Monica. Not the one.
Monica Rambeau. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So who I guess is gonna become. I haven't seen the movie, so
Right. Okay.
I like her. Outside of the context of Marvel, I really enjoy Brie Larson. I was gonna say Alison Brie.
Yeah.
But I'm reading the reviews and I was like, these sound a lot like the reviews from the first one. I'm scared to see this movie. You know?
Okay, look,
guys.
it was inevitable that there was going to be a dip in quality. I mean, to a lot of people, there were
And that
dips.
goes back to my very first statement. What were you thinking? How could it ever get better than that?
Right. Okay, but don't forget, a lot of people think there was dips in quality in the first phases, right?
There was. Absolutely. The Dark World.
Yeah, the Dark World.
Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin.
I actually like that one.
It's a good movie.
You know, it's a
actually.
Shane
It
Black
doesn't make
movie.
any
Like,
sense.
No,
but
exactly.
yeah.
But you're just like, fuck it, go for it.
And then I like how they retconned it 12 years later. He was a fake Mandarin.
Yeah. So wait, now here's what's coming up. The next films slated for release are Captain America: New World Order, which will follow off of
The new Captain America.
Yeah,
that was a great series, by the way.
Sure.
Not really a Marvel type series. It felt more like a Mission Impossible.
Yeah, like
story.
espionage. Yeah,
Espionage.
Gotcha.
I like it. Yeah.
You will get Thunderbolts in this next year.
Which I don't know much about that comic story. Like I never did.
Sure. And then
Who they are, but
then we got the next phases will
we
include
did talk about the obvious stupidity.
what?
So they introduced She-Hulk,
Oh, right.
which I liked. It was fun. Whatever. It was
Okay.
It was amusing. It was a completely different tone than all the rest of Marvel, and I'm okay with that. Things I don't like though, the Hulk. Okay, I've seen him tear apart a city, but she's stronger than him.
Well, because he's new Hulk now. Remember, as a
Just as strong.
okay,
The Hulk is arguably one of the greatest villains in Marvel history. Right? Maestro Hulk.
Yeah.
Like in the future. He's immortal. He's a fucking god.
Unstoppable.
And then She-Hulk shows up and hits him with a Jeep. And he goes fucking flying and you're like, come on.
Well, he can go flying.
He went
but
fucking
is he
flying.
hurt?
Doesn't matter. It shouldn't have moved. The Jeep should have exploded.
Okay, so that's what you mean. Okay.
Him and Tony Stark punched with a Hulkbuster in that movie.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be a fanboy. I'm trying to follow their own logic.
Sure. Okay.
The sonic wave from their punch destroyed a city block.
Right, yeah.
And it killed people, which created villains in other movies.
Right, yeah.
Just from the shockwave. What movie? What was that? That villain?
Age of Ultron.
No. Which villain am I thinking of? During the Battle of New York, and they brought it back in a later film.
That wasn't Battle of New York. It was a battle that happened during Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
And then it
and then
created.
he goes nuts.
Yeah. Then it's what's his face? I don't care.
And the Sokovia shit. Wanda. Oh, it's Wanda Maximoff. Yeah.
Now,
So
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I get what you're saying, and to really just try to bring it back,
They made him so goofy.
I'm just gonna bring it back. What were they thinking after Endgame?
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on this. I watched him in Ang Lee's Hulk. He picks up 2 tanks and he beats people up with them.
Okay,
now fucking 4x4.
Hold on. That introduction was the Incredible Hulk, right, with Edward Norton.
No, I know.
But now, okay, to get back to this, what were they thinking? I think their plan was this multiverse thing.
They also had to culminate that whole saga, right?
But that's it. You wanted to give closure to characters like Ant-Man, to the Guardians of the Galaxy, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Now, what's upcoming is kind of a reboot. You got a new Captain America. You got that going forward. By the way, Harrison Ford's in that movie, yeah?
Yeah, I heard. I have no issue with it. I really like Anthony, what is his name?
Mackie.
I like Mackie as the new Captain America.
AKA Papa Doc from 8 Mile.
Yeah, that's right. But I just don't understand something. Like, from a strictly comic book logic,
Sure.
Captain America, the first Captain America,
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is Captain America.
Steve Rogers.
Was a super soldier.
Super
He had
soldier.
super power.
Right.
He was strong as shit. He was a superhuman.
Right.
Anthony Mackie's character is not.
As the super suit, yeah. That's what he has.
But it's not even that super.
Right.
Right? So won't he get his ass handed to him all the time?
We shall see.
I like the fact that now you have an everyman as Captain America.
Sure.
It's cool. I mean, he's not
Because of what he represents, right? He's still a soldier, don't forget.
He's still a soldier. He's an awesome soldier. I mean, they gave us that whole 28-second montage of how he became awesome when he throws the shield on the tree
Yep.
in the series. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's Captain America now.
And he has guns.
And he has guns.
Right.
It's just kind of weird.
Steve
I don't
Rogers
like-
has no guns.
Steve Rogers was Captain
Should have
America,
had guns.
right? He should have had guns.
It's Captain America.
No, he only has a shield. That's what's amazing.
I
about
know.
him, right?
That's the joke.
So the Falcon has a super suit. He's got the wings. He's got the this. He's a black guy, so it's like
Sure.
Ow, sorry. But won't he just get, like, look at Batman? Batman has all those things, and sometimes he gets beaten up.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see, man.
I guess
I'm
we'll
really,
see.
I'm really curious to where this is gonna go.
Like, I really feel like the Winter Soldier should have been the next.
You're right. The funny thing
I
about
like him better.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, he's
Phil likes
I
you.
like him.
I
like
funny
him too,
thing.
AT.
The funny thing of where this is going is there
Straight into the next episode, because that's all the time we had for today, everyone.
Don't do that, man. One,
I'll let you finish.
one
your
more
thought.
thing. One more thing. Hold on.
All right, Phil.
Don't forget that in this next phase, we also get what's arguably my most anticipated Marvel movie now that it's been folded in. We get Deadpool 3. And I wonder what that's going to do with this multiverse.
I am very, very nervous about Deadpool 3. We have never had a Deadpool with this much involvement from Marvel. Right?
I've been reading that they're like, go for broke.
Look, the fact that Jackman came back.
That's
to
what I'm saying.
reprise that fucking role. First of all, whoa. I never thought that would happen. I really thought they'd recast him.
Called fat paychecks, bro. No, I'm just
I don't
kidding.
think it's only.
I think
I'm sure it's a
Hugh-
very fat paycheck.
Yeah, but I think
it's
Hugh-
Reynolds.
Yeah, he
Reynolds
likes, yeah,
said we're gonna fucking
we're
do
gonna,
this.
We're gonna make it
finally."
happen somehow. Yeah, yeah.
And
Anyways, sorry.
when is it slated for release? I want to watch it right now.
2024 or 5.
yeah.
But here's because they got halfway through shooting before the
Because now
strikes.
we're entering into the mutant saga. Like that's where we're going.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that, and you also have
Did you know that they're continuing the 1995 X-Men series?
yes. So
But if
wait,
Rogue is not hot, I'm gonna be so mad.
wait, because now with this Kang being kind of because it was called the Kang Dynasty, one of the new Avengers films, right?
Yeah, and Ant-Man really sets it up like
Right.
hard. So I don't know what they're gonna do now.
So if they have to pivot after Jonathan Majors' troubles,
I read that they're not going to. Like that's the last thing I read.
I've heard about the Doom thing, which means the casting in this Fantastic Four film
It's very important.
is pivotal to the future. 'cause you're casting
can we
your
fantasy cast Doom right now?
next. Okay, let's go.
I don't know. I'm gonna think for a second.
I've heard an offer was made.
How old should he be?
I've heard an offer was made.
whom?
Mads.
Mickelson?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, really?
That's
yeah.
wrong. That's wrong.
That's wrong.
It's not the.
okay.
Look, I see it, but it's not the right choice. How old should Doctor Doom be in this film? 40s, 30s. What are we looking at? Give me a range.
Well, if this is here's the thing. I don't even know if this is rebooting the Fantastic Four.
I think all this multiversal shit is just gonna curtail them in, like boop,
Right.
pop
Okay.
them
Like,
in.
oh, we exist.
Yeah, like they're gonna buy Stark Tower or whatever. He's always
Okay.
been around.
Oh, okay.
Like the way they did with Spider-Man, they didn't give us the whole Genesis. They
Yeah.
gave us
Okay.
pieces of it.
Yeah. But they're going to exist in the same. You're saying they exist in the same
There's a
universe.
cyst that's about to happen, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like the multiverse collapse.
It's gonna collapse on itself.
But you know
Or
who
maybe-
eventually, in the comic books rules like does link all the
No.
Wanda. In the comic books links all the multiverses.
Oh yeah, I thought Madam Web did that.
No, Madam Web can only see that. Okay,
Anyways.
Madam Web's not going to be in.
Yeah, we went hard.
Yeah.
Okay, my point is, who could it be? So how old should Doom be? Let's assume he's our age, a little older,
I'll tell you what.
because I'd like him to be older.
I would love to see your comments on who should play Doctor
No, but
Doom.
we should say something first.
I will give mine.
Go ahead.
But no, after you.
No, ladies first.
Nice. He uses my own trick against me.
Yes.
Who should play Doctor?
Doctor Doom, one of the most dangerous villains ever known.
Here's the problem: is that if you want him to be legitimately scary, you need to cast someone who's, in my opinion, played one of the most legitimately scary human beings ever.
Yeah.
The problem with that is you'd have to change his background in that made-up country, right? Which starts with an L, but I can't remember
remember
what
the
it is,
name
right?
of it. Yeah.
Because I would go. My pick is Javier Bardem. Just because of his character in No Country for Old Men, that was the most terrifying thing.
great-
That's mine.
I would like for them to choose someone who's never been terrifying but has the acting chops to do it.
Risky, but yeah,
Risky,
yeah, you're all in on that. That's an all in bet.
That's all in bed. But who? I don't know right now. Give me a second. I want to say, what's his name?
Give me him film and I'll tell you his name.
Hold on, I can see his face, but I'm not there yet.
This is him stalling for time, but
Yeah, I don't know, but you know what? I just thought might be very interesting.
hit me.
This just popped in my head.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
I'm sitting down.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
That would be a terrifying Doctor Doom.
You think, huh? Yeah,
Idris Elba, he's so menacing if he wants to be on camera.
Yeah, he could be.
He's very intelligent. He comes off as very intelligent. He's got Britishisms.
You keep him British?
Yeah, a little bit of an accent, blimey, it's good.
Oh, he was full Cockney.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but he should have like a transatlantic English accent.
I've heard Pedro Pascal
No,
for
absolutely
no
not.
for Reed. For Reed. This is now going to Reed.
Absolutely not.
So you're looking
There's
at,
only one Reed
who's
that
the Reed?
can be cast.
It can't be John
It
Krasinski.
has to be.
It's not going
Why
to be.
not?
Because it's not the time. It's not that universe. And he,
Oh, he said he wasn't going to do it again?
no. He also, spoiler alert for
yeah.
Of Madness. He goes bye-bye.
He goes bye-bye.
Actually, he goes Ficello.
Yeah, Ficello, yeah. He gets spaghettified. Watch Loki, you'll get it. Really? What about poor man's John Krasinski?
Who is the poor man?
Shazam.
Zachary Levi.
Yeah.
Oh, switching from DC.
Like, switching teams. Because to me, he's the poor man's Krasinski.
Interesting.
He is, right?
That's like, it's so funny because I'm like, that's mean, but it's
Spot on.
that's so mean, but like I see it. I'm
not wrong,
Chuck,
man.
bro. I miss Chuck.
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 All right, guys.
Rebooted.
That's it for this episode. We will
Thank
see
you.
you in the next one. Discord, we can talk about this.
More comments on the YouTube, on the Spotify, on the wherever you're listening to. I want to,
It's on Spotify.
whatever, man. You know what I mean.
He just means
reminding
please talk
people.
to us because we feel like we're in a fucking void here.
Yeah.
And it's uncomfortable. Also, we throw out the idea of doing a live. I think I'm against it. He's for it. If there's more than like a handful of people who think that's fun, maybe we'll do one Sunday live where we can interact. Or maybe I'll fake it. We'll just do like a live release. My name is Silva Albanos.
I'm Peter James.
This has been 24 frames per second.
Thank you for watching.